When you want only the best for your pet, check out AbbeyBellPetDesigns.com. We offer quality products such as floppy beds, crate pads, round pet beds, pillow slip covers, belly bands, and more. All products come in a variety of colors and sizes, guaranteed to satisfy your pet's particular style. Your pet deserves to be pampered, so shop at AbbeyBellPetDesigns.com. If you don't see the item you want listed in our shop, just drop us a line and we'll be glad to make the product of your pet's dreams. AbbeyBellPetDesigns.com.
And now, it's time to Stand for Truth with the host of Stand for Truth Radio, Susan Knowles.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? Good to see you on Open Option Friday. Gary, Dawn, good morning. Hoping that I can get Facebook up and running. Does not want to run this morning, which is pretty typical of Facebook. Hey, Daddy Tay, how are you? Lisa, good to see you. Come on in, everybody. Yes, I know, Marianne. Hey, Lynn, how's everybody? Trying to go live on Facebook. Hey, Teresa, good morning. Good morning, good morning. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can get Facebook up and going. Facebook Live. Sorry about the shaking for Periscope there. I don't know. Facebook hates me. What can I say? Facebook hates me. There we go. All right. Hopefully people can Facebook can see me. Hey, everybody. Good to see you. It's working very slowly. Hey, Dawn. Is it me or is the volume low? I hope it's you. Can anybody else hear me? I was kind of talking away from it. Hey, Susan, Melody, how are you? Thought the shaking was an earthquake. I know. It might as well be. This Friday, I'm telling you. Okay, I'm going to try this again to get that in place. There we go. Good morning, Sherry. Hey, Peyton, how are you? Let me go ahead. Hey, Nikolai, volume is low for everybody. I'm not sure why. Everything should be the same as it was. It's a little low, but I pumped up the volume. Yeah, maybe you can pump up the volume. I mean, I don't know why it's low. Let me pump it up all the way. Can you hear any better now? Is it any better? It's all the way up to 100. That's better? Okay. Hopefully that'll work. Volume good on Periscope. Good to go. Let me read Psalm 24. The earth is the Lord's and all its fullness, the world and those who dwell therein. For he has founded upon the seas and established it upon the waters. Who may ascend into the hill of the Lord, or who may stand in his holy place? He who has clean hands and pure heart, who has not lifted up his soul to an idol, nor sworn deceitfully. He shall receive blessing from the Lord, and righteousness from the God of his salvation. This is Jacob, the generation of those who seek him, who seeks your face. Lift up your heads, O you gates, and be lifted up, you everlasting donors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is the King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O you gates, lift up you everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord of hosts. He is the King of glory. All right, perfect. Yeah, I was trying something yesterday, and I think I got the volume changed from the microphone to someplace else. Really can't fix it right now, so hopefully a great driving, so listening. All right, and just want a little reminder, my ears are not like yours, a book for children, an encouraging word of hope, and to let them know that you love them, available to you at Amazon.com. Thank you for purchasing that. All right, perfect. Okay, there is some breaking news. Absolutely. There's been a school shooting reportedly at a Palmdale High School in California. The school is currently on lockdown. I'm not getting any more information at this time on what's exactly going on with at the school. Other than that, If you hear anything throughout the broadcast, let me know. And maybe you can kind of tell us, what's going on, and keep us informed of what's going on. What's gun free California? I know. Can you believe that? I mean, why is that happening? That should never ever happen, right? I mean, come on, let's get real. Let me see if I can get this working here, if I can. Tell me if that's better for you over there on YouTube. I know, God help us, Lisa. It is just like one thing after another. It's crazy. Absolutely nuts. So hopefully, I don't know if is that working better for you over there on YouTube? If you could let me know, that'd be great. I'm going to try one more thing, if that's, and then we'll get really started, and we'll go with what we have. Video capture. Let me see. Here, one more thing I can check on. Oops. Sorry about that. Gotta remove this. Hold on. Okay, Friday is already crazy. So 2 shootings in California. Sorry, I heard the back end of the conversation. Chezzy, it's supposedly out in Palmdale High School, which is a high school that is approximately an hour and a half sort of north in Los Angeles County. So that's what's going on right now. Supposedly that the school is on lockdown. And haven't heard anything else except that. We lost the video over here. Oh, Lord. Sorry, I'm going to bring back the camera and get that up for you. It is Friday, so you'll have to excuse me on that. Now we have a blank screen. Whoops, pic's gone. Audio's good. Okay, perfect. All right, now we're back. I don't know if we have anybody left, but now we're back. So the video will be back in just a second. There we go. All right, so we're back. This morning, I don't know if you heard or if you saw the Periscope. You might want to go back and see it. Did anyone else hear about a shooting in Australia, or was it Austria? It was in Australia, Rhonda. There were 7 family members, or it seemed to be family members, women and men and children. 7 of them got killed in Australia, from what I understand. Everything good? There you go. All right, good to go. Finally, we're all on the same page. So yeah, I don't know anything else about it. I think it was a single home. Super strict gun laws there. Yep, and in California. I don't know if you saw Laura Loomer's Periscope this morning, but she is over in Jerusalem. She's there for the event that's going to take place on Monday at the embassy opening, and she was Periscoping this morning. It was amazing to see. There were a lot of flags, both Israel's flags and the United States flags, flying around the embassy. There was also signs that say, "Trump, make Israel great." I mean, it was pretty amazing. Yes, Highland High School it's in North, or in Palmdale. Yes. Yeah, it was really awesome. Kids should blame their generation, not NRA, on this stuff. I know, Brandon, absolutely true. Yeah, you might want to go back and watch it later. It was kind of brief, but she was walking around. Last night she kind of showed the difference between where Hezbollah has the occupying the territory and where Israel has the territory, and it was pretty amazing difference. So if you don't mind, if you could retweet this, that would be great. All right, thanks, Gary. Yes, I have Laura on my scope. Yeah, good. Yep, it opens on Monday. Hey, Lynn. Chezzy, thank you for retweeting. On Monday, it should be Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump, who is representing the president and us in Israel at that embassy. So that should be amazing. Will President Trump go? No, not supposed to, Danny. You heard just what I said. American flag out of petunias along the drive up to the embassy, Noel said. Hey, Kat, thanks for retweeting. Really appreciate it. It should be, I can't even imagine how great that's going to be. I don't know what time the ceremony is supposed to be. That's okay, Rhonda. You can do it later. It's okay. Good morning, Susan. Hope you slept well and hope you have a great day and a very lovely weekend, Mr. Wonderful. Thank you, Gary. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you get kicked off the scope, apparently, and Teresa's phone just shuts down altogether. Before we go on to, I wanted to mention Marlene, who comes in here. You've seen her in our scopes every day. Pray for her if you will. She lost one of her fur babies yesterday who passed away. As all of us who have animals and our little pets. Oh, there you are, Marlene. Marlene, I feel so bad for you. My heart goes out to you. I want to pray for you that you have healing from that. I know how horrible it is, and I just want to pray for you. Hey, Bob. So, yeah, little Onyx, I believe, was the name of your pet. Little Chihuahua. Thanks, Marlene. Like I said, I know how you're feeling. I've been through it, and it's just horrible. So, God bless you. And there's another thing I wanted to bring up. How old was Onyx, Marlene? Sympathies from Bob. Susan, did you read that article I posted about the Kushner's family the other day? I did, Dawn. Yeah, God bless her. I know. She had bacterial pneumonia, she said. I'm so sorry, Marlene. Prayers for your comfort from Lisa. How old was Onyx? Marlene, how old was she? 10 years old. Okay. A good life, not as long as anybody would hope that it would be, but I had a dog pass away around 10 years. It's not long enough. Hey, Shannon, good morning. I know this is Open Option Friday, so it was interesting, Dawn, to say the least. This is Open Option Friday, and we can talk about anything you want to. Hey, Ben. The other thing, Dawn is praying for you too, Marlene. Hello, everyone. God bless, Shannon says. One thing also, this morning, you lost your Roxy 82917, still miss her. I know, Rhonda. You don't ever get over the passing of your fur babies. You just don't. Dog is a member of the family, too? Yeah, absolutely, Brandon. You're welcome, Marlene. Yeah, the other thing I wanted to bring up, Dennis Michael Lynch, and I don't know who he's working with on this, but on Monday, there's going to be a petition at the whitehouse.gov. What he wants to do and accomplish is that there should be, let's see, Kim said, I had a horse for 25 years. I had to put down 2 years ago. It was so hard. I miss him a lot. I don't even want to go there, Kim. Whew, don't even want to go there. My horse is 25 right now. Hey, Mark, good to see you. So Dennis Michael Lynch on Monday is going to have a petition up on the whitehouse.gov that is going to ask the president to immediately enact and sign an executive order which would require all employers in the United States to e-verify. So please go there, sign that petition. I think that is an absolutely worthy petition for our attention. Still miss my Izzy that I lost a few months back. Izzy was a miniature horse, 30 years old. Oh, Dawn. Oh, God bless you. I'll be babysitting our granddog for daughter's honeymoon wedding tomorrow at 10:30. That's nice. E-verify. It's coming up on Monday, Lynn. E-verify. It's going to be on whitehouse.gov on Monday. So I'll try to remember to remind you on Monday. Basically, it says that all employers will have to e-verify their employees. So therefore, if you are illegally here or you don't have the proper documentation, then you won't be allowed to work here. When we had Biz E-Verify was required here, yeah. Yeah, so it's just another way to get illegals out of here, to get people who shouldn't be here. Because if you can't work, then you there's no reason to be here. If you can't get money in some way, will price of produce increase? I don't know, Bob. unless you live in California. We do need that. Yep. Isn't that what the I-9 form does? Alan, if, supposedly, but, when people take the I-9, I don't even know if they actually use it or not. I really don't. I know you're required to fill it out. I don't even know if they really look at it. I thought, was E-Verify already a law? It is, I think, it's not enforced, Dawn, I believe. Who is going to pick the crops? I think we'll have people who can pick the crops, Bob. We did that at Carl's Jr. back in the late 90s. Okay, there's coverage on the school. Lynn, if you could keep us informed maybe of what's going on. I wonder how it will work for subcontractors, Lisa said. Local farmers market works too, Bob. Exactly, Brandon. Maybe some of those high school kids that need jobs, maybe they can go out and pick some crops. There are people who run farms that don't have workers there. They have their family members. That's how it used to be done. We did use I-9, but we're not required to do anything with it. One person hurt in Cali. Food prices are going up because of the cold early spring we had, K-Sippy said. Is it Keith? K-Sippy, is that your... I can't remember. I'm sorry. I wish I could remember everybody's name, but sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. So, Ken. Thank you, Ken. I will try to remember that. Just remind me if I get it wrong. In Midwestern states, teens can work during the summer working with corn. Brandon said, was the McCain comment really a joke? What McCain comment? You mean what the woman said about McCain? Said that, he'll be dead. It doesn't matter. He'll be dead anyway. I don't think it was a joke. I think it was poor taste. I'm working on my vegetable garden this morning. Much cheaper, Lisa said. Good for you, Lisa. Yeah, roll eyes. I can see some of these teens today picking crops that would go over like a flock of lead ducks. Yep. Friends, keep praying for cooler temps tomorrow in Phoenix for the wedding. Good luck with that, Rhonda. Hopefully it'll be at like a nice 70 or 80, somewhere in there. But if you're close to Tucson and, you said Phoenix. Yeah, that's going to be hot. I grow pomblamos in my garden. I know, Lynn. Not going to be too cool there. Maybe they should have an early morning wedding. That would be great. The teenagers get to work and earn money teaching valuable lessons. Yeah. Well, and not only that, I mean, again, we don't know. We've had so many illegals here picking everything and working in the fields, and we don't know if other people will do the jobs or not. And also, there are immigrants who would come here legally who could do the work and want to do the work. Wedding at 10:30, reception at 6:30. Wow, that's a big gap in between the wedding and the reception, Rhonda. Usually they're so close together. But, it'd be good because it'll be, cooler temperatures at 6:30, that's for sure, than it would be if it were during the day sometime. Today, teens only pick their nose or something else like, Tide Pods or something. I saw a teen that was on Facebook Live, and he had one of the hot peppers, and he goes, I'm going to eat this, and then I'm going to rub it in my eyes. It's like, really? And he did, and of course, we knew what the outcome was going to be, and why he didn't know beforehand, I don't know. Oh, it's supposed to be 106 in Phoenix tomorrow. Oh, that's great. High school suspect has been detained, one person injured. Hopefully that person doesn't have life-threatening injuries, Jerry. It's a rite of passage in Indiana, sorry. Oh, speaking of Indiana, Monique, Monique that comes in here, she went last night to the Indiana rally, and she sent back some great pictures. She was about 11 rows behind the podium, and my gosh, she got a really good picture of the president, side view of the president. Great crowd seemed to be there. When she got there, she said there were about, 5 blocks long, and she got there, I think it was somewhere like 4 or 5 hours early, just in order, to get a seat. And supposedly there were people still outside that couldn't get in. If they work, I don't have a problem. It's those that sit on their duff and want to collect welfare. Kim, the problem is, no, I didn't share them, Lisa, because it was on Facebook. There's Monique. Hey, Monique, share your pictures on Twitter if you can. Everybody wants to see them. If you want to put it on, tag me, and then people can go to my timeline, or however you want to do it. How cool is that? I know. Kudos to Monique. 6 rows. Oh my gosh, you got even closer, Monique, because you told me the first you told me was 11, so you must have moved up. That's wonderful. Wow. Monique, if you can share your pictures anywhere, or if you want, however you want to work it, people want to see your pictures from the rally. So if you want to put it on my timeline, put it on yours, somehow tag me, tag people in it. I don't know how you do it. We need Trump in California for rally. We do, Catherine. We do. Great. Monique's going to put this up. I'll make sure if you just check my timeline, I guess. I don't know, Monique, if that's where you're going to put it. Everybody knows to go there. You can see them. June 12th, Trump meets with Kim Jong-un in Singapore. Yep. We talked about that yesterday, Jerry. That'll be great. Can she share them Facebook and tag you? I would love to see them. Monique, everybody's asking you also to tag them on Facebook. Tag me with it, Monique, and people can see them on Facebook as well. Awesome event, everyone. 6 rows. VIP. Whoa. Cool, cool, very cool. I know, President Trump, I swear, there's a nonprofit organization now in Israel that is coming out with a coin commemorating the move of the embassy and everything else. You're in a car wash, Barbara said. Who's tired of winning and making Dems mad? Never. I will be posting and tagging you, Susan. Can't wait to share. Great, Monique. Love it. Let me tell you a little bit about that coin. It is being called, some of this to me is very prophetic, end time stuff. So the coin is being called the temple coin. King Cyrus, who allowed the Jews to return to Jerusalem 2,500 years ago, is going to be on the coin alongside President Trump. Hey, Ann, good to see you. On the back, there's a dove holding an olive branch in its beak above a temple. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms here, Brandon said. Thank you, Brandon, for everybody. I know it is prophetic, Jerry. And I don't know when that coin is coming out. I would love to have that coin. But calling that, a temple coin and what's on it, and oh my gosh, gives me chills in a good way. I want one too, Catherine. Hey, Jamie, confirmed shooting in L.A. Yep, we were hearing about that in Palmdale High School, Highland High School in Palmdale, actually. Don said, I've seen that coin. They have him next to King Cyrus from the very beginning. It is a school. Yes, it's a high school, Jamie. We hear that the shooter's been detained and 1 injured is what we're being told. Somebody's coming in to say. Did you see the video going around of Hillary on The View talking about Korea backfire? I did. Poor Hillary. Poor Hillary. She can never get it right. Police scanner is going bonkers, Jamie said about the shooting in Palmdale. Yep, not sure how, but my amazing husband pulled that one off. It was spectacular. The energy and love for President Trump was out of this world, Monique said. Monique, I can only imagine what it was like being there because, me at home, I was so excited. It was amazing. Yeah, I know, Alan said, bless her heart, huh? About Hillary. Yep, Hillary still wears some back brace thingy. Yep. Saw that the other day. We talked about that yesterday, too, Jerry. Trying to say, is that to prop her up or what? I'm not sure. Yep, but she did make a bad prediction again about President Trump, of course. It's a meat hook, Joel said. Yeah, that is cool. Monique, were you in the TV frame? Yeah, I didn't see you, Monique, in the TV frame. I didn't know exactly where you were, so you could have been there and I just didn't see you. So Marianne is back. Marianne from Vegas. I'm hoping that Marianne and I can meet each other in Vegas this summer. That would be great. I'm hoping to maybe go over there with my husband a couple days, maybe. So if we do that, I want to make sure that Marianne and I meet. At Light, She's Really Dead. They do her like Weekend at Bernie's, Barbara said. Yeah, so anybody, I don't know if anybody else is in Vegas. We could all meet up, have a little meet up in Vegas, I suppose. That would be awesome to meet each other. I know, Lisa. I've met a couple of people on from my scopes and Facebook. Actually, just two people. Elementary school is being surrounded. Lynn said, "What do you mean it's being surrounded by the police or what?" Jamie, anything about the elementary school? I guess Jamie's on a scanner. Wow, so why are they surrounding the elementary school if the shooter has been detained? I've never been west of Ohio, though, Lisa said. Oh, Susan, go interview Jose Campos. Yeah. Shots. If you can find him, Jerry, be careful not to put beat up details on scope. Too many kooks. I know. I know, Rhonda. Wonder how helpless they must feel. There are 2 schools involved. Oh, my God. Shots reported at the elementary school. Oh, my gosh. That's terrible. How about Laughlin, Nevada? You know, Wayne, my husband keeps wanting to go to Laughlin. I keep saying there's nothing in Laughlin. So does anybody, does anybody know about Laughlin? Do you like it? I have no desire to go, but he keeps wanting to go there. I used to be a person who liked Vegas. I don't really like Vegas all that much, to be honest with you. Never heard of Laughlin yet. Oh no, praying about the schools. I know, Dawn. Yeah, Texas. I've driven through Texas before, the top part, on the way to the East Coast. Anybody have any information about the elementary school? Las Vegas has gotten too expensive on the Strip. Yep. I like Laughlin because it's quiet and on the river. The Ave Hotel used to be nice. Y'all come, Laughlin, you can take a riverboat ride. Has Vegas lost some tourists due to the shooting? I kind of doubt it, Brandon. I wouldn't think so, but I don't live there. Marianne, has Vegas lost any of the tourism because of the shooting? TV frame, I would have been a little dot with a huge sign to the left on your screen up against the railing, but you'll see once I share the video clips. Cool, Monique. My in-laws love Las Vegas. Got too hard to travel a few years ago, Lisa said. You know, Vegas is just, I don't know, it's too much. It's hot, for one thing, in the summer. And there's just a lot going on all the time. And on the Strip, I think, and I don't know if Marianne agrees or not, but in certain places, it just seems like it getting really dirty on the Strip. It's hot there. Yeah. Too much sin there. Yeah. 3 new casinos being built. Unbelievable. Vegas has an evil presence. Daniel said, well, it is a city of sin. Yeah, that's true. Brandon said, I don't know. I do like, there's a lot to see. I like to see things. Wayne said it's not clean. I like the kind of like the lights, the people, what people are doing. I'm more of a people watcher. I like that kind of thing. So I like to see what people are thinking, what they're doing, the excitement in people. So in that vein, I like it. But everything else, I'm not really, like I said, great people watching. I know. I love that, Jules. I'm more of a nature person. I like it all, Brandon. Anywhere, nature, people. I don't like to be in crowds, which kind of is what I don't like so much about Vegas. But I like to kind of sit back and watch things. It used to be, and I did this more often, when I was younger, I could tell you what you did, like your occupation, because I watched people so much. I kind of just knew people that well. And after, I could tell you what your occupation was if I'd never met you before. I went for one day on my honeymoon trip 22 years ago, Marlene said, and that was probably enough, Marlene. Bellagio fountains, Jules said, yeah. It can be, it can be a fun place, but after about a day and a half, I'm ready to leave. I've had enough. Too much. It's just overload. Anyone seeing gas hikes in their area? Yes, there's a great country resort in northern Arizona surrounded by nature. Is that Sedona? I've never been to Sedona either. I'm more, when I go someplace, I'm more the person who likes to go to places like Durango, Colorado. I love that place. Suspect with a gun at high school in Palmdale has been detained. Monique, there's something going on, somebody said, at the elementary school now. Yeah, Durango is absolutely gorgeous. Gas could affect Memorial Day traveling. My sister works in Sedona. Does she like it there, Daniel? Sedona is too touristy and expensive. I bet it's hot. I don't like going places that, can you tell? I just don't like that excessive heat. I really don't. Like, I'm not a desert person. I'm not a Palm Springs person. She loves it, but not the people. Well, I guess it would get on your nerves after a while, Daniel. Durango, though, if you've never been to Durango, oh my gosh. If it was anything like when I went, it's beautiful. Also, housing markets here in North Carolina are booming. Definitely a seller's market. Well, in California, after they get those 47 here right now. Oh, after they get those solar panels, it won't be a seller's market or anybody else's market. Very liberal in Sedona, I bet. 47 degrees, yeah. It's probably going to be about 80-something today here. Don't know what it is right this moment, though. Hey, Alexis, how are you? Hey, Wayne. Looks like a lot of people left to maybe go see the what was going on and then coming back. I like historic places, Dawn said. Yep. 95 degrees here this weekend, Brandon said. I remember growing up in the mountains of North Carolina, and it was so humid. Whoo, boy. And, of course, during that time, we didn't have air conditioning. Wayne got a phone call. Tell them to wait during your Periscope there, Wayne. Just kidding. My cousin sold his house in Apex in 1 week. Cut the air with a knife. 70 to 77 high today in central Ohio, Lisa said. Wow. She works at a beautiful golf resort. Nice. You know, just looking at pictures of Sedona, I don't know how it really is when you get there. I like places with more trees than, you know, it seems like it would be very hot and arid right there in Sedona. Golf ball size hail here yesterday, Brandon said. Flagstaff is nice, 15 degrees cooler than Phoenix. Yeah, I really like Flagstaff, not in the winter, but yeah. I told them to call back at 11:05. That's hilarious. If you can retweet, please do, because it is past the halfway point, if you don't mind. Jerry came back. Brandon invited. Thank you for inviting people. Let's see. I'm getting a little bit worried about Texas. Let me just tell you. And let me tell you why. Is it Conroe? Conroe? Is that how you pronounce it? The resort I mentioned is on the rim above Payson. Beautiful area. Huh. There was a child with autism. 12-year-old child with autism. I don't know if you're familiar with people who have autism. It could be a variety of things. One of the biggest things when working with children with autism. Oh, he fled through the elementary school? I thought he was detained. No, now he's captured. Okay. 59 here in Derby, England. Woo! Is that the high today, Anne? That's a little chilly. So this child with autism, as I said, you know, autism can have different things, but one of the things, somebody with like severe autism at least, you don't want to move them out of like their everyday usual surroundings. So far, nothing happening at elementary school. Good. They're very comfortable in their, you know, surroundings that they're familiar with. When you remove them from that, they get very nervous. They can act out. You know, it's like taking them out of their comfort zone. One person shot at the high school, possibly dead. Oh, gosh, Jerry. That's terrible. We don't know if it's a student or adult. Susan, that's funny. My hubby makes fun of me calling it chilly. I know. In California, if it's 60 degrees, it's a little chilly. Can't change things. Happened before 7 a.m. before school was busy. Wow. So this 12-year-old child with autism in Conroe, Texas, was playing with an imaginary rifle. So probably going, you know, like this, right? Can you see my rifle here? I hope I'm not threatening anybody, or no one is concerned with this. Don't mean to point it at you. Sorry, I won't do that again. But anyway, he was brandishing an imaginary rifle. I know, Alan. Sorry. I'm so sorry to point it at you. I didn't mean to do that. What? Please don't, don't call the police on me. I know. Well, wait. Here we go. Oh, what? I'm pointing at you again. Sorry. So he brandished this imaginary rifle at his art teacher, who then felt threatened. I know. I have a sorry, everyone. Sorry. I mean, let me put it down. Okay, there we go. As a native from Phoenix, I get cold in the 70s. I know. Whoo. And it's, I mean, if the wind's blowing, Rhonda, just saying, it's a little chilly, even at 70. So what they did was they called the police. They handcuffed, I'm playing air guitar, that's right. They called the police, and they handcuffed him and hauled this kid off to, like, juvenile hall. I know. I hope it was just a long rifle or, a shotgun, Allen, or something like that, and not an assault rifle or a military type rifle. I hope not. I guess you can use your imagination. So the police said, we don't tolerate threats. And, we take that as a threat. Okay, I'm sorry. I did it again. Sorry. Rhonda, him being autistic or not, it's an imaginary, it's nothing there. 12 years old, Brandon. He has autism. So they took this poor kid, to detention for 2 hours and 11 minutes, probably without his mother, in an unknown environment. Again, he has autism. I don't know how severe it is. Yes, he was arrested, Brandon. And the district attorney there, or the county attorney, said, given his age and disability, it's unlikely that criminal charges will be filed. And then he said, we want to get him turned around now and on the right path. I tell you what, my kid would be coming out of that school so fast, it would make your head spin. Of course, he wouldn't be there in the first place probably, but I'm just saying. And then, now, not only that, that was in Conroe, C-O-N-R-O-E. I don't know if it's Conroe, however you pronounce it, in Texas, for God's sakes. Texas. Stop being like Californians. Just stop it. Good Lord. Now, because of what this child did, yes, Texas, this ungodly crime that he committed. Sorry, I'm doing it again. Sorry, let me put this down. With the imaginary rifle that he had, he is going to have to attend an alternative disciplinary school for the remainder of the spring semester. I live 15 miles. NCAA, you need to go over there and go to the school. That was Conroe Independent School District, Bozeman Intermediate School. You need to go over there to the school and ask them what were they thinking. He was arrested, NCAA. He had an imaginary rifle. Whoops, like this one. Sorry, I'm pointing it at you. But he had an imaginary rifle that he brandished. He brandished at the art teacher, this little 12-year-old with autism, brandishing this. Look at this weapon, isn't it? I'm sorry if anybody feels threatened. Hopefully you'll be okay. But it was a weapon just like this, I'm imagining. And they put him in handcuffs, took him off to juvenile hall, okay, for like 2 hours. I mean, come on. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I've had to ask the daughter's fiancé what's happening in his state. Yeah. Clear rifles are so scary. See this one? Look at this one. I mean, this one looks really, really threatening right here. It's nice, don't you think? Well, I guess it's kind of an assault type weapon. We can imagine a world without DIMS. I know. What do you think? Do you imagine that this is an assault weapon? Maybe it was fishing. Could have been, Anne, but Anne, fishing. Let's not think about that, and just kind of poo-poo fishing, because remember, a fishing pole can be used as a weapon, and even though it's imaginary, and a fishing line has what on it? An imaginary hook, and an imaginary hook. Whoa! I mean, come on. Imaginary hooks can be dangerous, Anne. So let's not poo-poo. Susan, you'd better be careful. Cops may raid your home after this. I know. Here, watch this. I'm gonna put it up. Hopefully nobody has been offended or threatened. If you have been, I'm sorry. I imagine you'll get over it. He was playing Harry Potter with his wand. Oh, come on now, Brandon. Wands can be dangerous too, especially if they're imaginary. I would say this was a tall tale, but it really happened. I know, Jerry. I mean, it's, I don't know which is worse. You're bucking now. Fishing in school, it's a crime. I think it's a crime, Lynn. Imaginary fishing, especially. Like I said, an imaginary pole. And, oh, you're ducking. Okay. Sorry, Cully. I didn't mean to point it right at you. I'm telling my mommy on you. This is so, it is so ridiculous, Danielle. I've never heard anything more ridiculous. I would sue that district into oblivion. Absolutely would. A Pop-Tart. Yeah. I mean, I can believe there wasn't more of an uproar as a treatment of that child. I know. No, it wasn't a fake toy gun. It was this, NCAA. It was this. An imaginary gun. That's all it was. Imaginary. See? Can't you see it? An imaginary gun. Does this threaten you? Watch. Oh, God. I'm sorry, Cully. Didn't mean to point it at you. And it was an art teacher. An art teacher. You know what? Wouldn't you want an art teacher to say, grow your expand your imagination, right? No. She's taken an imaginary gun. I know, art teacher. And, oh my God, she feels threatened by the gun. Now, maybe I don't know what her problem was, but it was imaginary, okay? And I don't think, there's nothing in the story that said, I'm going to kill you, art teacher, or any other threatening statements that were made. It was just he was going, pew, 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 something like that. God forbid a boy was doing that, because we know what? We got to get boys to sit down, be quiet, and start acting like boys. Get your finger off the imaginary trigger. I know, Alan. Can you imagine if he held up his paintbrush at her? Jerry? I mean, I don't even know what we would do. Monique said, so horrific. Sending him to behavioral disciplinary school is worse than having a real assault weapon locked up in a safe. People do not know what these places are like and the psychological trauma. They don't even care, obviously, Monique. Nobody took into consideration that this child may be traumatized from, again, taking him out of his, environment that he's used to. I was going to say safe, but it's no longer safe thanks to the art teacher. And I can see, I'm not making fun of people who, come to school with a gun or come to school and threaten teachers or anyone else. That's totally different. But when you have this imaginary gun, and again, I hope it doesn't frighten anybody. When you have this imaginary, let me hold it over here, imaginary gun, that should not frighten you. I'm sorry. That should not frighten you. And I don't know if this frightens you. Sorry, you can imagine it maybe a 45, I don't know, whatever you want to imagine. That's crazy. And Pop-Tarts and things of that nature, that's crazy too, if you're threatened by that. Imaginary bow and arrow, oh please. Pop-Tart he could do big time. Imaginary bow and arrow. Can you, oh my goodness. No, we used to do that as kids. Exactly, Danielle. Exactly. Before we were told that we couldn't be kids. Lynn, I guess with these guns today that I'm bringing in here, I'm sorry, I'll just put it right here. Oh, wait, I forgot to put the magazine in. Okay, now the magazine's in. So, but don't worry, don't worry. In California, we're only allowed to have so many bullets in the magazine, so it's okay. And I'm pointing it away from the camera. The kids make the bow and arrow gesture in sports. It's a trend. Duck under the desk, everyone. Let me put that down. Here's my boomerang. I'll send the boomerang out, and hopefully that doesn't hit anybody. Thanks for the warning. I'm putting my imaginary weapons away. Was this a national news story? Yes, it was. NCAA. You can find it. I believe it on Fox is where I found it. Just look up Conroe, Texas, imaginary rifle. I'm sure you'll find it. Yeah, it was Fox. It was a local, I think it was a local channel on Fox. I do remember seeing it now. It is crazy. Fox 26. There you go. Alan saw it. Sorry, Wayne. I guess a boomerang, imaginary boomerang hit Wayne. Sorry about that. Watch basketball. They use a bow and arrow gesture to describe sharpshooting. Oh, we don't talk about sharp shooting of anything in here, Brandon. How about looks that kill? I don't think you should be using words like that, Daniel. Cupid's in trouble. Yeah, I don't know who ever thought of Cupid, but it's pretty stupid to have Cupid with a bow and arrow. I'm concerned we're living in an alternative reality right now. Lisa, yeah, we are in an alternative reality. Sensitivity training for everyone. Yeah, maybe on Monday I should have a sensitivity training. We can do an hour scope on that. The teacher knew this kid seems a strange thing to do. Doesn't it, Hidden Jim? It seems like the teacher may have some issues that we need to kind of look at. I'm just saying, maybe we need to explore those issues. Where does that come from? Why imaginary things bother you? You know, are you afraid of imaginary rabbits as well? Or is it just things that you can't see? Maybe she can actually see the imaginary rabbits. I mean, I don't know, like this kid's got to spend a whole semester now out of his school, out of his classroom, and he has, again, let's not forget, he has autism. And if you've never worked with people with autism or read about it, please read about it. Teacher may have entered the wrong field. Yeah, I think she should probably have gone into imaginary criminal justice. Not just having an imaginary gun, but the mere fact that he is autistic and being punished for behavior that could have easily been addressed by a more compassionate person who would have some... Monique, this problem could have been taken care of in about 5 minutes. She chased that white rabbit too long. Yep, art teachers are weird. I don't think all of them are, Wayne, but this particular one, I don't know. There are streams of some possible school shooting in LA right now. Yes, NCAA, it's in Palmdale in Los Angeles, northern Los Angeles County. Did you hear about the MSNBC reporter saying North Korea release was staged and just a photo op? Yes, I did, Brandon. Because they had to find something negative about something that was amazing. They are in Texas. Yes, I agree. Maybe the teacher has some delusional thoughts herself. I know, Monique. I mean, all it could have done, you know, you just go and ask the kid not to do that. Say we don't do that in school because let's say it disrupts the classroom. That I can say, okay, it's disruptive. The behavior itself is disruptive. Then you tell his mother and his father about what happened and ask them to talk to him about it at home. Done. Highland Hills High School in Palmdale, we know shooter was apprehended. Seems like something's still going on, Jerry. I don't know why. But, yeah. So, again, Texas, stop acting like California. The teacher had libtarditis. Yeah, I don't know if there's something you can take for that. Okay, Jerry. Maybe there's an imaginary pill, Daniel, that you could take for that. That would make it all better. I'm just saying, could be. I imagine it would help. Candidate here in North Carolina won the mayor race and then got arrested for DUI later that night. Well, he was celebrating, Brandon. What do you expect? Unbelievable. God, I mean, seriously, you cannot make this stuff up, even if you tried. The pill has clarity. That's right. Got to take the imaginary pill, Alan. In Sharpsburg, North Carolina, Nash County. Way to go, Nash County Mayor. The fact that he was autistic makes it so much worse. Yes, I know. NCAA, I mean, she should have known better. I worked in a school doing my internship with kids that had everything you could imagine, including autism. And sometimes they just did things that other people wouldn't know how to handle. I can understand that. But, one kid put his fist through a glass door. That was probably the most egregious. But kids did things all the time because, especially with autism, you don't know particularly well how to behave in a social environment. Hey, Sarah, that's part of the autism, depending, again, where you are on the spectrum. But, I mean, so, a kid, let's say, doing something else, some other type of behavior. Again, all you need to do is work on that behavior with someone who is helping that child to better him or herself. And by better, meaning, to become more appropriate in the social realm. Punishment was too extreme. It would, Brandon, with or without autism, that punishment was way too extreme for anyone. It was craziness. So Jerry's back. I guess we're going to get a report now. A talk with the parents would have been better. It would have been a 5-minute conversation. Manzanita Elementary School is cleared. Was he suspended? He was taken to juvenile hall for 2 hours and 11 minutes, NCAA, and now he has to go to an alternative school for the entire spring semester. No crime at the elementary school. Good. Hey, angels. So, I mean, and having the police officer say to him, supposedly, we don't take those type of threats, or we don't, wait, what did they say exactly? We don't tolerate that. We take it as a threat. Only one suspect from the high school apprehended. Okay, good, Jerry. And then again, for the county attorney to say, we want to get him turned around and on the right path. And it's most likely there won't be any criminal charges. Got to run, get ready for rehearsal. Yay, Rhonda. Congratulations to your daughter and your new son-in-law. Have a great and blessed wedding that you're going to tomorrow. Police now checking young Latino lady dressed in black carrying a long gun in the area. Oh, that's great. Conroy by Houston Woodland. It just said Conroy, Texas. I have no idea where it is. That's my DA. He's super conservative. Well, he's super lost his mind if he said that in CAA. I mean, that's just, if you're conservative and you're, what was the crime? If you go in front of the court, let's assuming that the court hasn't lost their collective minds, okay? But you go before the court and you say he was brandishing a weapon. The court's going to say, "Oh my!" in their minds, "Oh my God, this 12-year-old kid was brandishing a weapon." Okay, so can we tell me what kind of weapon he had? Was it a knife? Was it a gun? Well, it was a gun, Your Honor. Okay, and what type of gun was it? Yeah, where's the evidence? Let's see. Can I have the evidence? Let me tell you what the evidence will be. See, typically like that, they put the evidence in like a paper bag. I'm just saying. And they put a staple through it, and a staple. And I'm sorry, I hope that's not scaring anybody when I talk about a stapler. I think I have one here. Sorry if that's offending. But let's see the evidence. So they go over to the bag that's been sealed by a stapler, right? And they open it up, and there's, like, the judge is like, "Where's the weapon?" Well, Your Honor, it's in there. And it's black and gray stapler. I don't know if you can see, it's gray on top, and it's got black along the side, and it is loaded. It's loaded, everybody. I'm sorry. It's loaded. Yep. Too pointy. Wild danger. Well, I know. So I'm gonna put it away so we'll all be safe. Okay. There you go. Aggressive. I know. Sorry. I did know it was loaded when I took it out, but sorry about that. Good morning, Jessette. We're having a good fun time on Friday. Yeah, Your Honor, is it in there? You just have to imagine it. Exactly. Fully automatic stapler, right, Coley? Sorry about that. Racist stapler. And so, the judge is going to have to say, wow, an imaginary gun. Okay, well, I don't know. Perhaps it somehow got out of the bag, where the chain of evidence has been broken. Boy had incident. He listed classmates' names and a manner of death for each on a piece of paper. Who's that, Brandon? That the in Palmdale? So, I mean, again, if the courts haven't lost their collective minds, I can't see you going before a court and trying to get a conviction on this child with an imaginary nothing. The autistic student had a list of people that he was going to kill, supposedly. My wife works with kids like that. Yeah, that's why they reacted the way they did. Well, it was an imaginary gun. I don't care. And if he was having issues like that, then somebody should have done something about that. If he put and I didn't see that in that article that I read, but if he put names of people down on a list saying he was going to kill these people or whatever, that should have been taken care of. That should have been more important to them than an imaginary nothing of a weapon. Are we going backwards with children and animals? Yeah, I think so. Maybe angels. Exactly, NCAA. Should have caught it earlier. You've shot many with an air gun. Oh, my goodness. Well, he had a death list according to Star Telegram. And, Brandon, if he did have that at 12, okay, or at any age, if he had that, then that would have been something they should have taken action on. Not an imaginary rifle. How did they know it was a rifle? But anyway, that should have been taken care of. That's different. And like I said, that wasn't in the article that I read. But if you had that, somebody should have done something a long time ago when they found that list. Good morning, Georgia. Who didn't play cops and robbers or cowboys and Indians when we were young? Exactly. But, Jerry, let me remind you, it's Native Americans now. Teacher wrote names to frame him. Lynn said, I guess when they grew up with Barney saying use your imagination, he had taken it for a whole new level, Dawn said. I know. Well, all the facts put together lead you to a different conclusion. Well, Brandon, the facts, the air rifle still, no, it wasn't even an air rifle, unless you air rifle. That doesn't lead me to a different conclusion. The note itself should have been, he should have been sent to a therapist or sent somewhere. Somebody should have been asking questions. The air rifle was ridiculous. I don't think that you need to go to jail or be handcuffed for that. Even with the names on a piece of paper, which I don't even like. Again, we wouldn't have gotten this far with the air rifle had somebody taken care of names on a list, if that's true. Ban Barney. You know what? I'm all for banning Barney because Barney drives me crazy. I don't know how anybody could watch that. I mean, yeah, it's his behavior. I wonder what the charges are. There aren't any NCAA. The county attorney said it's unlikely that there will be any charges given his age and his disability. So, again, if you have that disability and there's a name, like a list, he was showing students how he holds his BB gun at home. And see, maybe he shouldn't have a BB gun. I'm just saying. My wife would have said, we don't do that here in class. Exactly. But I love you. You love me. Criminal charges to be exact, Angel said. I mean, it's so different. Teletubbies were worse than Barney and oh, good Lord. Yeah. All of those things were crazy. Hey, Sylvia. I just think the bigger problem, if there's a list of names, that's a bigger problem. To me, and just in my opinion, if that is true, that would be time to go see a therapist, talk about things, look at possibly if he's on medication, is there something going on? What's he really thinking? Is this something he's seen on TV? What's he watching at home? And he shouldn't, in my opinion, if that's all going on, based upon just what we're talking about, maybe shouldn't have a BB gun. I'm just saying. So, but I think there's a lot more to probably know about this story, perhaps, than what we do know. List of names along with gun gestures calls for help. Yeah, I don't know if it does, Brandon, or if it's just this is what he's seen. Again, I don't know how severe his autism is. I would want to know more about his disability and how severe it is and what his general nature is. I think that's important to know. But like I said, anybody threatens anybody at school in a school shooting, that isn't funny with a real weapon or anything else. Yeah, bullying might be an issue, but list of names along with how each person dies. Well, see, but Brandon, that list should have been what triggered people to go look into giving him help, if that list does exist. Again, I haven't read anything about saying there was a list. Meaning art teacher, go for treatment, Wayne said. But, you know, I mean, that can't be taken lightly. The list of names, if it exists, with what was going to be done to each, that can't be taken lightly. But the air rifle, that's ridiculous. So anyway, have a great weekend and Mother's Day, everybody. Thank you for being here. Brandon said have a great weekend and Mother's Day. And I'm saying the same thing. Hopefully we'll have a peaceful weekend with no big happenings on Fridays or over the weekend. If anything else happens today that kind of dictates me coming on, I'll be on. Otherwise, I'll see you on Monday. And I don't know when the thing with the embassy is going to take place. So if the embassy opening is during our time, we may not have the show, but I'll know more on Monday at the time when it comes on or not. All right. See you, everybody. God bless you. Please retweet this if you can. Thank you for being here today, and talk really soon. Thank you.